class. Welcome to week 1 of winter quarter 2020, if you can believe it. So I'm going to walk through some stuff on video this week because it's our first experience with some of these modules and the way I lay things out for your course. So right here I am on the weekly overview, which if you click on modules, you'll see there's the getting started module, and then there's module 1, which is this week. I clicked right here, and that's where I was when I logged in here to the weekly overview. Okay, so this page right here shows up in your to-do list, even though there's nothing to actually submit. The to-do part means I need you to read through this so you know what's coming up this week, okay? Right here I have a little note about how much work this class is going to take, like the timing and such, so you know what to expect. And then down here we have sort of a checklist of things to get through this week, but they're also in the modules. I'm not going to read this to you, obviously. You can take care of that yourself. But I'm going to click back out to the modules so you can see like what this looks like. When you first come to our class right now in Canvas, you're going to get the welcome screen. The welcome screen has some really important information. It has my email link, it has my phone number to my office, it has the syllabus for our class right here, and then it has the link to the Zoom meeting room, which is where you want to click if you want to talk to me live during my virtual office hours. So that is listed below. Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm here in person like most of the day, but this is the hour right here where I have time in my office where you can come see me. Tuesday night, I'll log into that Zoom meeting room and it'll be open and live, and you can click right here and show up in that meeting room also, where you can talk to me or like chat message me or just audio. You don't have to put the camera on if you don't want to. Okay, and then I will do the same thing on Thursday mornings. Please notice that when you're in this meeting room, it's like a public space where you may see students from other classes. If that is an issue for you, you're going to want to email me so we can have a private conversation. But otherwise, come on over to the Zoom and say, hey. If you log into the Zoom room and you just see like a blank room here or at my home or wherever, and I'm not there, you can just holler at me or type something in the chat window so that I know you're there. Because I am there. If it's on, I might just be grading papers or like doing dishes or something. So you can just reach me that way. Okay, now back to the modules. So this is the Getting Started module. This video is really great information about your APA formatting. If this is your first education class, you may be having that as new information, so please watch that video. This discussion board, Quick Guide to Success, I wrote that for you to have a little bit of instructions about what I'm expecting in your discussion boards. And then this is a little video about me. Okay, then we come right down here to week 1. I already showed you the overview. Week 1 resources. This is what I want to show you. So each week you'll have a tab that opens up what's called the resources. When you get to the tab, you'll link again to the Google Doc. I keep the resources in Google Docs. So what I have here are articles. This one's about parenting style. This one's a video. Here's a little quiz about your style of caregiving or parenting. Another article. So there's just 4 little things this week. Try to make them videos and different like interesting things so it's not always the same every single week. Okay, so they will be different topics each week in your week 1 resources or week 2 resources or week 3 resources. We'll watch for this title right here. Right? This Reframe the Behavior is an infographic which I discuss at length in a different video. When you get to the discussion board, you'll see that. This is me telling you to read chapter 1 right here. This is the PowerPoint that the publisher produces about chapter 1, so it's not at all like interesting or multimedia type. It's just, I can show you. It's just very straightforward outline of the chapter. So there's nothing exciting about it, but it is good review. Would not be a bad idea to read the chapter and then go through that PowerPoint, even if it does seem a little boring. Go through it and it'll review the concepts for you. Right, here's your discussion board for this week. When you click on that, there's another video that explains it. Here is your homework this week, right there. This is the quiz, and then this is the syllabus game where you need to be logging in. I'll type in a question. You're going to go, it's another Google Doc. So what you're going to do is you're going to log into this, click on this Google Doc, and I'm going to start typing questions like, What are my office hours? And where do you find the syllabus? Okay, so now somebody can come in here and type their answer. I need you to switch it to bold, type your answer, and then also like sign your name that you typed that answer. I'm going to keep score. Your typing will be saved automatically because it's a Google Doc. It's like saved live. So you can be typing, I could be typing, we can all be typing. I realize it says that it's due today, but that just means get started on it. You can come back to it as many times as you want during the week and earn more points. It's like a game. So if you read the instructions, that will make sense. Okay, so I think I'm going to talk a little bit about this homework assignment right here. This is to talk about like the ways that you influence children in your job or in your home or wherever you are interacting with children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 scenarios here that I want you to describe. So I want you to use modeling, instruction and practice, feedback, management of the physical environment, expectations, and then encouragement to modify attitudes and understanding. So for each one of these bold things, I would like you to explain your process. Okay? You read right here, it kind of tells you about how long it should be. This is some information about APA. It's always 12-point, double-spaced. Because this one's sort of a paper, it needs a title page. And then you're going to turn it in to turn it, see right there? Turn it in. You're going to turn it in through turn it in. Turn it in is a plagiarism detector. So when you go to submit your paper, you'll immediately get a response from Turnitin that tells you how much of it is not original writing. If that is higher than 20%, that means you've copied from the textbook or using other people's thoughts, whatever. You need to go back and like fix it. You can like resubmit again. Okay, here is the rubric for what we're expecting for how many words and that you are using APA correctly and your grammar is strong. Okay. So that's that. Not super complicated. I'm just hoping you understand these 6 things here after you read chapter 1. I think you won't have any problem with that. All right, so that's it. Now if I go back to the module, you'll see that was it for module 1. There's all the assignments. These are the materials you may or may not need. Most of them you do need. These resources are kind of the fun extra things, but if you're having trouble understanding one of the assignments, there's likely something in the resources to help you have that make sense. All right, so each Sunday night or Monday morning early, I will release a new module. It stays open until the following Sunday night at midnight. After that, it closes and nothing can be submitted for that module after that again. So there's no late work and there's no reopening modules that have closed. We're all going to work in the same module at the same time. Keeps our discussions relevant and it keeps us all on track and organized. So I think that will do it. I hope you all have a great night and that you've had time to get started on your class. For sure, I'd like to see some discussion board posts or some activity happening by tomorrow or Wednesday because this all closes on Sunday. Have a good evening.